Good morning, my lovelies, and thank you for joining me for another What I Eat in a Day. As a vegan, doing my best to follow the Slimming World plan. If you're new here, thanks for coming. My name's Leanne, and if you're coming back, as always, thank you ever so much for doing so. Today is Wednesday, the 21st of April. Breakfast time. Going pretty basic again today because it's one of those days. So I've got my coffee, got my usual Perco espresso, and I've got my 100 mils of Alpro almond barista that I have lightly foamed, you know, just aesthetics, and also it just makes life more fun, doesn't it, having foamy milk. Then I've got one of my Neil Bakery superseded bagel thins. Each side will have a teaspoon of naturally vegan spreadable. This one I've already put on, this one I have not. You can see it here. So that is 3.5 syns in total, so 4.5 syns as per usual. Hey guys, so it's lunchtime right now, and you'll notice I've now put makeup on. The only reason I've done that is because I'm probably going to have to do a little trip for work this afternoon, but I'm not sure because it's now not been confirmed, so that'll be annoying. But yeah, since we in public, I thought, sod it, I'll put some makeup on. Because I was feeling pretty minging, because as I said before, I've had like 3 hours sleep. So yeah, I'm just going to throw together some lunch a minute. I'm just doing like a really quick lunch. I guess you guys have probably noticed, but the way that I kind of build meals normally is I always make sure I've got like a protein element. So tofu, beans, lentils, that kind of thing. Fake meats, whatever. A starch element, which I guess you would also call the carb element, but I have learned that the correct way to actually define it is the starch element of it. So, you know, your rice, your pasta, your bread, your bulgur wheat, quinoa, that kind of stuff. Although I suppose quinoa is really the protein element. I don't know. Anyway, so yeah, and then at least a couple of vegetables. So based on that, that's always, if I'm looking for like a quick meal, then that's always like what I think about. So I've found one lonely packet of my favourite golden vegetable rice in the cupboard. That's 1.5 syns. It's just microwavable rice with vegetables in it and some seasoning. Got one of my packs of tofu that I bought last night. I'm just going to use like half of this because I don't want to waste it. And then I thought I'd just make it like a salad-y type thing. So I've just got some cucumber and some salad leaves. Got my pea shoot salad. So yeah, I'm just going to throw all that together and I'll show you how it comes out. Okay, so this is half my block of tofu. This is a small pan and it's very thin pieces, so don't be deceived. And I'm just like pan frying them just to make them slightly firmer. To be honest, this smoked tofu, I would happily eat it raw. It's just so tasty. I'm gonna pop a little garlic and herb seasoning on top of each piece. I just rubbed it in with my fingers and then I'm just gonna pop these over. There's nothing in this pan, by the way, it's just my non-stick pan. I've said it before and I'll say it again. Thoroughly recommend getting decent non-stick pans. It's worth the investment. I've got 3 really, really good ones. This one is the smaller of the 2 in the Eco set by Prestige. I mean, they're so non-stick, they like slide around on the hob. But yeah, so they're really good. And the other one I've got is a Tesco one, which is my great big one, my black one. So there we go. I just do that and then I rub it in with my fingers. I just cook them on this side for a couple of minutes more and then flip it back over again, and then that'll be done. Okay, I've just topped everything with a little bit of garlic pepper, a little bit of salt, and a sploosh of balsamic, because it's very tasty. So this lunch is actually only 1.5 syns, which is just for the golden vegetable rice. Okay, so I'm about to leave to go for my little work road trip. It is currently 2:30, and yeah, so I'm in Gloucestershire. I've got to go over to Wales to pick something up and then take it to someone in Swindon and then come home again. So I'm going to be out for a good couple of hours. Well, probably more like 3. So I've got 2 bottles of water that I'm taking with me, and I've only had 1 coffee today, of course, and I'm only on 6 syns as well, which is really good. So I've just made up quite a large espresso and then added a load of ice, and I'm just going to add in 300 mils of, if I've worked it out right, yes I have, oh my god, that's perfect. Look how perfectly I've measured that. Yeah, 300 mils of my Alpro Almond Barista. So that's 3 syns. So that puts me on 9 syns so far today, guys. So by the time I get back, it's basically going to be dinner time. So happy days. And I've just had a little mishap with my car. And I really hope it's going to be all right. I think it is. But like, I don't have much luck with this car. Like, I was just putting some oil in because it does require a little top up now and then. And the little like pole thing that holds the bonnet up like broke off, but it's fallen inside like the engine bay. So it's going to be on the tray, like it's not in anything. But now I've got no way of holding the bonnet up, and I've got like this random metal rod like kicking around. It's not underneath. I did get down on my hands and knees and look under the car, so I'm just really hoping it's going to be okay. I'm sure it is. It's not like tangled in anything. I did check as much as I could. So I'm feeling a little bit flustered. Anyway, I've got my giant iced coffee just to, you know, make me more like woo. And I've got my water, and I was just thinking I might take a little bit of chocolate, but I'm not going to. I've got iced coffee, and that's quite sweet because of the almond milk, so happy days. Right. Sorry about that close up. Oh, my thing is Contigo, by the way. It's okay. You can't put this in the dishwasher. You can put the lid in, but it does leak occasionally. Anyway, it's a few years old, so I shouldn't really complain. Yes, okay, right, I'm off, and I'll catch up with you guys later. Hey guys, so you can probably tell it's really bright sunlight. I can't actually see what I'm doing. I'm currently sat in the services at Lee Delamere. That was a very noisy car. I have been to Wales, and I've only just pulled in here because like I've just been overcome by tiredness. I'm only half an hour away from Swindon to do my little handover to the guy there, and then I'll be going home, which is the shortest leg of the journey. But I'm really lagging. I've drunk all my coffee. I even broke into my emergency mini bag of Skittles that I keep in the car, so I've eaten about half of these. That's 3.5 syns for that pack, so that's going to put me on 12.5 syns. But I'm so like so I'm just going to get another coffee from Costa, which is a total waste of money because I have the exact same ingredients at home, you know, except for proper espresso. I use mine out of a jar, but even so yes, I'm going to get myself a coffee because I don't really want to find myself falling asleep. So there you go, there's an update. And it'll probably be like 3 syns, like the same as mine was at home, because I'm going to ask them to put it in my container. Yeah, the coffee mission is complete, and I just looked at the cup sizes, and 340 mils is a small, which is the one I got, and so therefore it should be 3 syns, because when you take away the espresso part of it, that's about 300 mils of the Alpro Almond Barista, which is what they use, because I just looked when they were doing it. So I'll be interested to see. I'm going to look it up on the app later, but for now I need to get going. Well, I made it back, so that's a start. Right, I got home at 6:45, which is quite a lot later than I actually thought I was going to be. It's now 8:20, but dinner's just about ready. I'm having a quick and easy dinner, but you know, dinners don't have to be complicated. Nothing has to be complicated. It's actually sin-free, but I'll be adding some butter. So I've got Linda McCartney sausages, red onion and rosemary, sin-free. I'll have 3. I've cooked all 6 because I can have the others in like maybe tomato pasta tomorrow night after Slimming World. It's always a nice meal to have after weigh-in. So yeah, so I'll have 3 of those. I've cooked all 6 in the air fryer, and then in this big saucepan here, I've cooked up a whole bag of those baby new potatoes, and at the last minute I've added in some tender broccoli and green beans, a lot of each because I want a load of vegetables, So they've just steamed on top. So what I'm going to do is have all the veg, but the potatoes, I'm going to have some for dinner now, and then I'll have some for my lunches. Well, I don't know. I'll have some for lunch tomorrow, and then I'll see how many's left to see what we'll do with them. I don't really know how many potatoes I want to eat. I'm starving hungry right now though, so I'm going to dish up. Okay, so I've just been adding up my syns in my head, so I'm just going to tell you a nice summary of them and then what I'm still going to be having, and I am going to be using my full 25 syns today. So my breakfast, I had 1 coffee with 100 mils of almond milk, that was 1 syn. I had my 2 teaspoons of the naturally vegan spreadable on my bagel, that was 3.5 syns, so that's 4.5 in total. Then I had, I've worked it out wrong, damn it. Just remembered at lunchtime. So then I had at lunch the rice sachet, that was 1.5 syns. So then that puts me on 6. Then I had 2 coffees, each with 300 mils. Oh, by the way, I looked up that coffee I got from Costa, and it is in there as 3 syns. Spot on. Where's my halo? And now I've lost count of where I was. So 6 plus the 6 from those 2 coffees, iced coffees while I was out, is 12. And I had those Skittles, which is 3.5, so that's 15.5, which leaves 9.5. I would like 6 left to have 4 squares of Ritter Sport marzipan. And so that leaves 3.5 syns for butter, which is 2 teaspoons. Yes, because you can't have any potatoes without having a bit of butter on them, can you? So just my naturally vegan spreadable. So yeah, I'll have 2 teaspoons of this. This is how it looks because I always use the teaspoon to scoop it out. Yeah, and then that's going to put me exactly on 25 syns. Awesome, so that's the finished product. A little bit of garlic pepper, a lot of salt, my 2 blobs of rapidly melting butter, so I want to go and quickly eat them before they melt too much. I want to make sure my potatoes get a little bit. And oh my god, what a mess. I'm stressing out, guys. There we go, so that's dinner, can't wait. Got 3 sausages left and obviously a load of potatoes, so happy days. And then this is more potatoes from the other pack. Some of them were really bad in there, so I've had to pick through every single one and put them in this bowl, hence I've got a random bowl of raw potatoes. So yeah, there we go. So it is now like 10 o'clock and I can't believe I've made it this far, but like I said, I'm on call this week, so there'll be stuff waking me up till just gone 11 probably, I expect. So it doesn't really matter where I am. But I'm trying to get my video done now because then all I've got to do is take my makeup off and I'm ready to go to bed at any point then. You can probably see behind me that I actually did make myself clear up the kitchen. Not gonna lie, you see my little bowl of potatoes there? Yeah, it was an effort to make myself do it because I hadn't even unloaded the dishwasher earlier, and then I was just like, oh my god, it's just a mess. And then I've got all the mess from lunch and then from dinner, and the dishwasher's still full. I was like, oh, and there's just mess everywhere. And so I had a grumble to myself, and then I was like, just get on with it. So I did, and yes, now I feel a lot better. But yeah, I've had my Ritter Sport marzipan 4 squares, so it's a 1/4 of a bar, and that was 6 syns. So I've now used all my syns for the day, which is cool. I'm so sorry. Oh, goodness. I'm just having my giant mug of my pucker nighttime tea and some water, but that's it. Like I said, I'm just gonna take my makeup off while I kind of put this video together, and then probably try and go to bed. I won't be able to get to sleep just yet, but I can be in bed. Anyway, so that's all from me. Thank you very much for watching. Bit of an odd video today. Didn't quite go to plan, but that's okay, you know. Life doesn't always, does it? Anyway, still smiling. So that's the main thing, right? Because if you put a smile on your face, it makes you feel happier. And that is true. Try it. Genuinely. Okay, right. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Thanks so much for watching. Night night.